Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about something super important that affects millions of people: high blood pressure and high cholesterol. These two are often called silent killers because they don't always have obvious symptoms until something serious happens. But did you know that some of our seemingly harmless morning habits might actually be contributing to these problems? Let's dive into 3 common morning routines that could be secretly pushing your numbers up, and what you can do about it. First up, the classic morning rush habit: skipping breakfast. How many of you just grab a coffee and run out the door? I get it, mornings are hectic, but consistently skipping the first meal of the day can have a surprisingly negative impact on your heart health. When you skip breakfast, your body has been fasting for a long time overnight. This can lead to increased stress hormones like cortisol. Your body goes into a fight or flight mode, which can temporarily raise your blood pressure. But it's not just a temporary spike. Over time, this daily stress can contribute to chronically elevated blood pressure. Plus, people who skip breakfast are often so hungry by lunchtime that they tend to overeat or make less healthy food choices. They might grab something quick and processed, which is often high in unhealthy fats, sodium, and sugar. Think about it: a giant burger and fries or a massive, creamy pasta dish. These choices can directly lead to weight gain and higher LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol that clogs your arteries. Studies have consistently linked skipping breakfast to a higher risk of heart disease, obesity, and even type 2 diabetes. So, that simple act of skipping a meal isn't so simple after all. So, what's the fix? It's easier than you think. You don't need a huge, elaborate breakfast. Start with something simple and quick. A bowl of oatmeal with some berries and nuts is fantastic. The fiber in the oats helps lower cholesterol, and the nuts provide healthy fats. A Greek yogurt with some fruit is another great option, packed with protein to keep you full. Even a whole wheat toast with avocado or a hard-boiled egg can make a huge difference. The key is to get some balanced nutrition in your system to break that overnight fast gently and set your metabolism up for a stable, healthy day. Planning ahead is your best friend here. Maybe prepare some overnight oats the night before or have grab-and-go options ready. It's a small change that can have a massive impact on your long-term health. All right, on to our second morning habit: waking up abruptly and jumping straight into a stressful day. Picture this: your alarm blares, you hit snooze 5 times. Then you suddenly jolt out of bed in a panic because you're late. You rush to check your phone, immediately flooding your brain with work emails, stressful news, and a million notifications. This sudden, jarring transition from sleep to high-alert stress is a shock to your system, especially your cardiovascular system. When you wake up suddenly, your body releases a surge of adrenaline. Your heart rate and blood pressure naturally increase to get you going. But a panicked, stressful start amplifies this response significantly. This is known as the morning surge in blood pressure. For people who are already at risk for hypertension, this daily spike can be particularly dangerous, putting extra strain on your heart and blood vessels right at the start of the day. Think about it: you're basically starting your day in emergency mode. This state of high alert can continue throughout your morning, influencing your mood and your choices. You might be more irritable, more likely to reach for sugary snacks for a quick energy boost, and less likely to have the mental space to think about healthy habits. Over time, this chronic morning stress can contribute to sustained high blood pressure and an overall increased risk of heart problems. It's not just about the physical jolt. It is about the mental and emotional stress that you carry into your day from the very first minute. So how do we create a gentler, heart-healthier start to the day? Try setting your alarm just 15 minutes earlier. I know, it sounds painful, but it's worth it. Use that extra time to wake up slowly. Instead of a jarring alarm sound, maybe try one that gradually gets louder or uses calming music. When you wake up, take a few minutes to just lie in bed and breathe deeply. Do some gentle stretches before you even get up. This helps your body transition from a resting state to an active state more smoothly. And here's a big one: resist the urge to grab your phone first thing. Instead of diving into the digital chaos, try practicing a few minutes of meditation, mindfulness, or just quietly enjoying a cup of tea. Think about 1 or 2 things you're grateful for. This sets a calm, positive tone for the day, keeping those stress hormones in check and giving your heart a much kinder start. It is about being intentional with your first few moments instead of letting the world's chaos dictate your state of being. Now for our third and final habit, and it's a sneaky one, your choice of morning beverage. For many of us, the day doesn't start until we've had our coffee. And while black coffee in moderation can actually have some health benefits, it's what we often asterisk to our coffee that causes problems. I'm talking about those sugary, creamy, dessert-like coffee drinks. The fancy lattes with flavored syrups, whipped cream, and caramel drizzles. Or even just the heaps of sugar and artificial creamer we dump into our cup at home. These drinks can be absolute sugar bombs. A large flavored latte from a coffee shop can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, or even more. When you consume this much sugar first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, your blood sugar spikes dramatically. Your body then releases a large amount of insulin to handle it. This roller coaster of blood sugar and insulin can, over time, lead to insulin resistance, which is a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Furthermore, all that excess sugar gets converted into triglycerides, a type of fat found in your blood. High triglycerides are a key component of high cholesterol and increase your risk of atherosclerosis, which is the hardening and narrowing of your arteries. The creamy additives, like whipped cream and certain non-dairy creamers, are often full of saturated and trans fats, which directly raise your LDL, or bad cholesterol. So the comforting morning coffee could actually be a daily dose of artery-clogging ingredients. It's not just coffee, the same goes for sugary juices and energy drinks that many people reach for in the morning. The solution here isn't to give up your morning ritual, but to make it smarter. If you love coffee, try to appreciate it in a simpler form. A black coffee or a coffee with a small splash of low-fat milk or an unsweetened plant-based milk is a great choice. If you need a little sweetness, try a dash of cinnamon or a tiny bit of a natural sweetener like stevia. Read the labels on your coffee creamers. Many are surprisingly high in sugar and unhealthy fats. Opt for ones with simple ingredients. If you are not a coffee drinker and you go for juice, make sure it is 100% fruit juice with no added sugar, and even then consider diluting it with water, or better yet eating the whole fruit instead to get the beneficial fiber. The best morning beverage you can have? A simple glass of water. It rehydrates you after a long night's sleep without adding any sugar, fat, or calories. Making a mindful choice about what you drink first thing can prevent you from unknowingly sabotaging your heart health before your day has even really begun. So, to recap, our 3 morning culprits are skipping breakfast, waking up in a stressful rush, and starting the day with sugary, fatty drinks. These might seem like small, insignificant parts of our routine, but day after day, they add up and can have a serious impact on our blood pressure and cholesterol levels. The good news is that the solutions are also small, manageable changes. It's about being more intentional. Start your day with a balanced meal, even a small one. Wake up a few minutes earlier to give yourself a calm, gentle transition into the day. And be mindful of what's in your morning cup. By making these simple adjustments, you're not just improving your morning, you're investing in the long-term health of your heart. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living a healthier life. Let me know in the comments which of these habits you might be guilty of. Or if you have any other healthy morning tips to share. Stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.